The main Halloween event is finally here, and we've got so much to talk about today. So much has been revealed. Let's begin. Welcome back to another episode, guys. Let's get into talking about what we got this week because we have so much to talk about. I will do my best to zoom through things because we've got a lot to cover. First thing that we're getting this week is we're getting the beginning, well, I guess technically the full amount of the Halloween event that's called Ode to the Eternal Night. This will have I believe this event will have a story event where if you kind of go through it, you'll get different event rewards, including an A-tier composer skin called Umber that is like a cosplay of the evil reptilian skin named Horrendous. We've got the B-tier fire investigator skin called Lumina that is a cosplay of the hermit B-tier skin. I've forgotten what its name is, but it's like a white one. We've got a B-tier survivor accessory, a B-tier furniture piece that I think you can put like paws that walk along your wall. I'm not exactly sure how that works, but I think that's how that works. We've got stickers, portrait frame, portrait, and room music. There's a game mode that is returning for this Halloween event that is the Nocturne Escape event, where it's got a bit of an update called Fright Night. What's involved in this game mode is unclear, but we have had a screenshot of what things look like. It shows like a weird flying eyeball that shoots lasers at survivors. I think the first event you just had to get through the maze within a certain timer, but with the second one you had kind of two players where you had ghosts that were trying to stop the kind of people getting out before the timer ended. By doing this game mode, you'll be able to get event rewards, including clues, fragments, a sticker, and an event label. There's some new shop content for Halloween, including an S-tier furniture piece called Nether Blossom and Blazing Rug. Both of these look very cool. I don't know what the effects are. There might have been in the video, but I didn't check, but I'm sure they're quite cool. There's also an A-tier furniture piece that's called Pumpkin Lanterns that looks like you can hang it from the ceiling, and a B-tier furniture piece called Wooden Windows. There's also stuff in the Spyglass store that are basically just two dishes, but they're both permanently in the store apparently. Connected to this Halloween event, we've got a new package in the store that is a Geisha S-tier Halloween package. This package contains the S-tier skin Noctis for Geisha, of course. This skin looks absolutely gorgeous. I saw the video of what it looks like in game and it looks wonderful. Favorite Geisha skin by far at this point. There's also an A-tier accessory called Sky Rend that changes color depending on which form she's in. I also did see the effects for it, but I didn't write them down, but I remember they were quite good. So yeah, I've probably got them on the screen right here. Small things that we're getting this week. We're getting Lanternist added to rank mode, so you'll be able to rank with her, so go and get that grind on. We've also got the Palace Museum crossover coming to an end as of the next patch, so make sure you get all of that content. I think they might bring it back in the future, I don't really know. And there's also the character days that we're getting this week. We're getting the Shadow, whose character day is technically the same day as the release of this video, the 21st, and this is going to be her first character day, meaning she's getting a portrait. And we've also got Violinist that technically has a character day next week, but it's before my next This Week in Identity 5 video that's on the 27th, that is Monday. This is going to be his 5th character day, meaning he's getting a wall hanging portrait thing. As far as I know, that's all that we're getting this week, but let's talk about the immense amount of stuff that they revealed for the upcoming content. This is like 2 or 3 months worth of content. It's quite a lot. I've done my best to put them in order. So the first thing that we know about is they revealed Season 39 Essence 3 that's coming on October 30th. It is a Cosmos themed essence by the looks of it, and it contains an S-tier Fool's Gold skin that we don't know the name of, but it does look quite cool. I do like the theme of the skin. There are also some A-tiers for Escapologist and Mind's Eye. I can't really tell how Escapologist's skin looks in this kind of picture, but I do like the appearance of Mind's Eye one. Her cane looks really cool, but kind of creepy, but cool. On November 6th, so this is now already next month, we're getting the return of the Conan Doyle Estate crossover, but it's part 2 this time. If you participate and complete missions during this event, you'll be able to get 10 crossover essences, because I believe they're going to be added on top of this, or 800 inspirations that you can of course use on whatever you want. You can also get a B-tier Nightwatch skin called King of Bohemia and a portrait called Irene Adler, along with some other kind of extra stuff, probably clues and fragments and stuff like that. Part 1's content is also returning, so that whole essence where you could get, I think it was like the novelist skin if I remember correctly, and all of the A-tiers and stuff like that, all of that is returning, along with the A-tier room 221B. That is a fantastic room if you want to spend some money. Bloody Queen is also getting a special package for this crossover that is a S-tier package, and it includes the S-tier skin called Irene Adler. That's a gorgeous looking skin. I wonder what it will look like in game. Maybe it won't look as good as it does in the art, because it looks really good in the art. And they've also revealed that there's an A-tier accessory coming along, although we don't know what it looks like and we don't know the effects, and it's called Final Salute. On November 13th, a week later, we're getting the free lunch program charity event. Now, I thought NetEase had forgotten about this event because they revealed that they were going to do it probably at the beginning of summer, maybe even before that. If you complete event missions during this event, you'll be able to get the Guard 26 absolutely amazing skin, in my opinion, called Secret Chef. He's like a furry, but he has mechanical eyes and it looks really, really good. You'll also be able to get a portrait, an emote, and also a portrait frame, but I think the star of this is definitely the Guard 26's skin because it's really, really, really good. On November 20th, I think I didn't write the date of this, but I think it's on November 20th, we're getting the Thanksgiving Day event. So this is, of course, to celebrate Thanksgiving. There are going to be some rewards during this event where you'll be able to get an 8-tier furniture piece called Graffiti Display Wall that I hope will let you draw on it because that would be amazing. A portrait frame, a portrait, memory spheres, a discount card that's I think 40% off that you'll be able to use probably on whatever's in the store at that point, character unlock, and rank protection card. As is tradition each year, they're bringing back a ton of skins and stuff like that for this event. They're bringing back some S-tier skins, including Mercenary's Cheshire Cat skin, Gardener's After the Rain skin, Toy Merchant's Myriad Blossom skin, Prisoner's Paranormal Detective skin, Feaster's Necromancer skin, Violinist's Crescent Knight skin, and Clerk Creator. All of these skins are great, but I think you might want to pay some special attention to the Gardener one and the Toy Merchant one because they're releasing some new content that's kind of connected to this. A little bit later on, I'll talk about it. They're bringing back some once skins as well, including the one for Ripper, Gravekeeper, First Officer, Doctor, and Violinist. So Violinist is getting 2 skins back in the store, and also returning Ivory Tower skins for Doctor, Perfumer, Mercenary, Coordinator, Gardener, and Batter. Now, why I was mentioning before that you might want to pay attention or possibly purchase the Gardener or Toy Merchant one is because they're releasing some accessories that are supposed to be connected to these characters' skins because people asked for them in the past, and the owners of these skins will get a special coupon. Now, I don't know if that's a discount coupon or if it gives you the accessory for free. I'm not completely sure here, but either way, there is a special coupon for people who own that. The first one is the Gardener 8-tier called Returning Swallow. It's an accessory, of course. Her bubble has been changed to a golden pink effect with petals, and when she breaks a rocket chair, it also creates branches with pink petals on them. It looks really nice. And then there's a Toy Merchant 8-tier accessory called Dance of Dragons that has a lotus effect around the catapult, a fish that circles around her when she's flying, and like lotus screen effects whenever she's flying as well. Quite nice, and of course does match these 2 skins quite nicely. Something that I think a lot of people are excited about is that on November 27th, we are getting the new Hunter. They have revealed the Hunter that they've been teasing and stuff like that for multiple years now, the new identity switch for Entomologist, and her name is Queen Bee. Now, I am a little disappointed. I'm sorry you guys are going to get mad at me in the comments or something, but I think the design for this character is incredibly plain and boring. It just basically looks like they've reused Shadow's character model and just added some drooping wings behind her and then changing the face slightly. Maybe that's wrong, but it just doesn't stand out to me more compared to any of the other characters. I was expecting a lot more. The abilities have been revealed. They've kind of mostly been kind of teased to us, and I have probably got the abilities on screen if you want to read them, but I personally have not read them yet, and I have not watched the video showcasing her abilities because I prefer to do a kind of video reacting to it when they've done the full normal video that they usually do, if they do it. Of course, since we're getting this new character that is called Queen Bee, we're also getting an essence to match her that is Season 40 Essence 1 that's coming on November 27th. This includes the S-tier skin for Queen Bee that we haven't got a name for it yet, but it's quite a beautiful skin. What I don't like about it is that it just looks like it could be a Naiad or Geisha skin, and if you hadn't told me that this was Queen Bee, then I probably would have thought it was for those other 2. That's my only complaint about it, but that is my opinion. And also there are some A-tiers for Prospector and Novelist. Because this is of course the first essence of Season 40, that means we're also getting some Season 40 content, including Logic Path and rank rewards, and they've also revealed those, at least a little bit. They've given us the appearance of the Logic Path A-tier skin that is for Lawyer, and it's called Strategize. This is a really fashionable looking Lawyer skin. This is probably one of my favorites for him. I can't think of many A-tiers or S-tiers that would beat this one. There's also some rank rewards that we're getting for Season 40 that include an S-tier one for Thief called Scepter of Deceit, where it looks like you can already tell what the effects might be because it's glowing with a weird kind of kaleidoscope effect. There's also an A-tier psychologist one called Celestial Key. Seems very, very similar to Wu Chang's kind of accessory that has a similar name. Maybe it will have similar effects. And Hell Ember that has one called Family Bond, which I'm assuming makes the puppets into straw. I don't know. I'm just assuming that might be what the effects are. I hope that's what the case is. Yet another thing we're getting on November 27th is of course connected to the fact that we are getting getting Queen Bee because she's part of the kind of the story, you know, that we've got going on. We're getting the main story event that's called Cage of Yesteryear. They've now told us a lot of details about what we're getting. There's going to be a login reward where if you log in during the event, you'll be able to receive 10 Season 40 Essence 1s. If you participate in the event, you'll be able to get another 10 Essences, and you'll be able to get the B tier skin Queen Bees for Entomologist, and an S tier skin, I believe, at some point during the event called Fetid Wish that's also for Entomologist, and there's also an A tier accessory called Life Cocoon. I don't exactly know how you get that, if it's part of the event itself, if it's a login reward, I don't know, but it's definitely one of the rewards you can get. There are some other potential rewards that seem to include 4 portraits, 2 furniture paintings, and a strange furniture piece called The Forgotten Gleam. There is a fantastic looking journalist A tier skin that should be available, I'm assuming, in the store called Dreaded Silhouette. I really love this one. And it also has an A tier accessory called Cage of Yesteryear, so that would suggest it's connected, of course. There is some returning content from previous kind of story events or main story events, including Prospector's S tier skin from previous events, Nightmare's S tier skin, emotes, portraits, dishes, frames, Entomologist B tier skins, Everyday Life, and Novelist's B tier Evil Thoughts, Fool's Gold's A tier accessory, and furniture pieces, and even more. All of this stuff from previous events that we've had in the past, so none of it's new. And we're also getting a new entertainment mode that I'm assuming is like a game mode that is a 1v1 game mode. I'm a little worried about this one. People might take it a little too seriously. Now you can tell people to properly 1v1 you in English 1. And they've also seemed to have done an upgraded version of the Final Blowout game mode that I believe is that game mode where you play normal Identity 5, but you get little buffs from cards. So they've changed something about that. That was actually one of my favorite game modes that they've ever released because it was just an add-on to an existing mode that we already had. Also on November 27th, this is a lot of content on November 27th, we're getting a new Whimsy series skin that is for Sculptor. Now we don't really know exactly what it looks like in game because they've given us a weird kind of art style poster, but the skin, it's called Caged Doll. The skin is covered in boots everywhere, boots here, boots there, and even the wheels seem to be made of boots. I love the vibes of this skin. I don't really know what fairy tale this is based off of, but the character just looks really, really cool. We're also getting on the same day a Cowboy Once skin from the Once series, of course. The skin is called Tidings of Spring. This is a very fancy cowboy themed skin. So it has like a nice white cream appearance to it. It's probably one of my favorite cowboy skins. So yeah, NetEase is releasing a lot of favorite stuff for me, that's for sure. I think this is also on the same day, November 27th. I didn't write the date for it, but we should be also getting character EPs releasing. So there's the songs for characters if you want to play them, I think, in your room, for Entomologist, Queen Bee, Prospector, Fool's Gold, Composer, Journalist, Little Girl, Novelist, and Nightmare. All of these characters are probably going to be part of the main story event, so that's going to make sense that they release them at that time. Now, let's move on to December. Yes, they've already told us what's coming in December. They've even told us what's coming in January. Calm down, guys. We've got Season 40 Essence 2 that they've revealed, including an S tier skin for First Officer, an A tier skin for Goatman, and also an A tier skin for Mad Eyes. I like the vibe. Okay, on December 18th, we're getting the beginning of the Christmas event called Winter Wishes. In this event, there's going to be a new skin for Soul Weaver that you'll be able to purchase in the store called Wintry Wish. Looks really, really good. We're getting returning A-tier skins for Gamekeeper, Mad Eyes, First Officer, and Evil Reptilian that are all the Christmas themed ones. And we're getting the returning Resonance emote. In the event store that I believe is the Spyglass store, we're getting returning content as well, including B-tier Christmas skins for all of the characters that have B-tier skins for Christmas, a Christmas tree furniture piece that we've had in the past, and also the B-tier pet Naughty Bruce. We're getting some returning Christmas furniture, I believe, to the store. Maybe some of these are new. I didn't recognize all of them, but there's a big list of them. During the event itself, I'm assuming this is part of the story event for Christmas. You'll be able to select either the Puppeteer's skin called Winter Chimes or Composer's Christmas Concerto B-tier skin, and you'll have to pick one or the other to be able to receive it, so you can't have the other one. That's quite sad. And there's also a public map for the Christmas event that they've kind of given us an art piece for. We don't really know exactly what's going on there. Moving on to December 30th, they've revealed that we're getting Mechanics Lock Core skin that I believe is a Truth and Inference skin. I can't remember if that is the case, but it will be available in the store with the accessory Desire in a Box on that date. They revealed a ton of Deduction Star skins, such as on December 25th, we're getting Nightmare's Mr. Hyde skin that looks really, really good. We're getting Lawyer's Werther skin on December 31st, so that is New Year's Eve. We've got Dream Witch that's getting Femme Fatale that there's a cool looking skin on December 31st as well. On January 8th, we're getting Acrobat's The Parish Boy. On January 15th, we're getting a Barmaid's So Long at the Fair. That didn't look like Barmaid to me at first, but yeah. And on January 22nd, we're getting a Knight's skin called Edward Beneath the Crown. All very interesting skins, although they did seem a little samey to me, having them all together like that. They just look like, oh, the same kind of theme. On January 1st, we're getting 2 esports series skins, including Prisoner's OPH alternate form skin. So he has his main form and then his kind of gamer, cool looking prince mode that's called Trembling Chord. This will be available in the main store for fragments or echoes, or if you want to purchase it in the Golden Apple store for golden apples. And I believe in the store itself, we're going to be getting the new A-tier skin for Seer called BLK Eli and his S-tier accessory called Hearts Aligned. He'll probably have a similar theme effects as the ones we've had in the past. I'm already 20 minutes into my recording. This is so long. But anyway, we've got a Truth and Inference box that they revealed that's for Naiad and has the skin Dream Bearer of the Sacred Slumber. I didn't even realize it was Naiad for quite a while because I was like, oh, this is such a nice looking Mary skin. It looks exactly like Bloody Queen. And then I looked at the reflection and that was Naiad. And then I was confused. This doesn't look like Naiad, but apparently it's Naiad. So okay, it is Naiad. This will be able to be pre-ordered physically soon, and the in-game skin will release later this season in the shop, according to NetEase, although they didn't really tell us when that's going to be. NetEase revealed there's going to be a game engine update. They have kind of told us was going to happen for quite some time. They said it's coming soon. They didn't say when. I'm assuming it's either going to be at the end of this season or the beginning of next one, but there have been cases where they've delayed it quite a lot because of issues. This game engine is, I'm assuming, supposedly supposed to help the game to run better on most devices. I don't expect it to fix ping or anything like some of you guys may request or want it to do. I don't think that's exactly how that works, but it should help the game to work better. I'm assuming they will also shrink down the size of the game as well. By updating to this new game engine, you will receive 10 memory spheres. They've told us that there are some skin and accessory optimizations where they've kind of updated Geisha's kind of butterfly hairpin accessory that she has. I've forgotten the name of it. They've improved Gardener's ghost kind of accessory, Gardener's really old Koa accessory as well, Gardener's hammer accessory, Lawyer's compass accessory, his saxophone accessory, Explorer's mini doll accessory, Explorer's remote control accessory, and Coordinator's kind of spyglass skin that she has. There's an S tier one. They've added all of the different effects to them. I haven't given you the real names because I didn't write the names down, but you guys know which ones those are. They all look quite cool. Big changes to some of them. And they've also updated Prisoner's Koa skin face remodel thingamajiggy. He looks very different. And I've written down here extra stuff. Basically, there's some extra stuff coming to IDV, including changes to rank mode, bonus point mechanisms, matchmaking optimization, character knowledge point adjustments, and even balance changes, in which they've told us that they're going to balance Geisha, Perfumer, Gardener, and Toy Merchant. Maybe some more characters as well, but those are the ones they've told us in the live stream that they were going to do. There are so many changes coming to IDV, so many updates, and there are probably even more to come. Just looked at the surface of all of this. But if you haven't already, make sure that you click on the video right there, because I'm tired, and I'm probably not tired in that other video. So go and watch that one. I'm sure it's great.